Hi, this is Phil with Classic Car Blasting out in Hampstead, New Hampshire, showing you another car body in the process of being media blasted. Today we have a 1974 Triumph TR6. As you can see, we're 3/4 of the way or so through the blasting. The bottom's already been done. The majority of the trunk's been done. We obviously have a little bit more work to do on the back side of the trunk there, or the front side of the trunk. The customer asked that we try not to disturb the sound deadening pads that are in here. We've been able to do that successfully. Like I say, just a little more cleanup work to do there. This car does have a number of issues that we're exposing. Our job here at Classic Car Blasting is just to do the metal stripping portion of the work. This is for a restoration shop over in Derry, New Hampshire. And so what we're doing is we're stripping all the layers of paint and Bondo and primer and undercoating that were on the car off of it, so that the customer and the body shop are left with bare metal to see what they have to work with and see what repairs are necessary. As you can see, there are some areas that are going to require some pretty severe attention. The restoration shop knew that the rocker panels were definitely going to need to be replaced, and so we're not even really spending much time on those, because why blast something that's going to come off anyway. There's also some issues along, as you can see, around the back of the trunk area here. We're exposing some different issues. We use crushed glass, and what you see inside the car still is the remnants or remains of our crushed glass blasting. We use a 3060 grit, which is a fine to medium grit for all of our media blasting. Our big thing is that we use crushed glass because it cleans the metal without doing any damage. We won't warp any panels. We won't cause blow through. We don't cause any issues that you would see warping, like you'd see from a heavier media like coal slag or Black Beauty or any of those other options. So what you're left with is, as you can see, just clean metal. What we've exposed in this area is an area that was actually filled with Bondo, and we've got gotten all the Bondo out of everything. So again, the restoration shop can see what metal work needs to be done. If you look real close, you can actually see some remains of the Bondo and some of the mesh fiberglass that was put in there to cover up this area of the car that was an issue. One of the other things that we do here that's pretty cool is we deal with all of the undercoating that's on the car, which, if you try to do this at home, is going to take quite a bit of time to get off, and we are able to get all that off without doing any damage. So here's the before of what the undercoating looks like, and by the way, the entire bottom of the car looked like this, and that's already been blasted. Now I'll go to the back wheel well and show you what it looks like after blasting with crushed glass. Totally clean. Again, that's what makes us real popular here. We've done, this is our 42nd car this year, since January 1st, 2013. We're able to strip these cars, get them down to bare metal without doing damage, and that's because of the process that we use, which is a combination of the medium to fine crushed glass, blasted at a low PSI, usually 40 to 60 PSI, and we use a small 1/4 inch to 3/8 inch tip to blast through as well. So it takes us a little bit longer to clean a car, but the results speak for themselves. If I go real close, you can see the texture that's left on the metal, which is a very, very, very fine profile, similar to a very fine piece of sandpaper. There's another rod area that we exposed. Obviously that rod area was, you could see it before we even started blasting. I'll go to the front of the car to show you what it looks like when we run into Bondo. We actually strip in layers, and so all the paint and the primer have been taken off the front of this. Now my wife does all the blasting here. She's down to the Bondo, and she'll come across here, and it's probably going to take at least another 2 passes to get all that Bondo off. If I could put the camera at a certain angle, you can see how the Bondo is built up on the front of this. There's probably, there's more than 1/8 of an inch of Bondo on the front of this. So it'll be interesting to see what that Bondo is hiding. On the back of the car, it was hiding a rod area and an area that looked like maybe it had been hit and pulled back. And so that's unfortunate, obviously, for the customer here, but that's our job, is to expose all the issues that are in the car so they can be corrected from this point forward. That's it for now. We'll come back and do a second video after everything's completed so you can see what the finished car looks like. If you want to check us out on the web, you can see us at www.classiccarblasting.com. We are also on Facebook and obviously on YouTube as well. Any questions about what we do, our process, or if you have questions maybe about your car, you can call us at 603-489-2442, and we're located in Hampstead, New Hampshire.